So a lot of you have asked me, why did I buy a tractor trailer or a semi tractor or 18-wheeler, whatever it is that you want to call it? Why did I buy a truck? Did I get out of the real estate business? The answer is no, I didn't get out of the real estate business. I needed some passive income. And you're like, why would you buy a truck for passive income? Well, I'll explain it to you guys and exactly what we're doing with it and how we're going to potentially make money with it. I knew a few guys that had bought a few trucks and they were making some pretty good money, and I was like, man, I'd really like to learn how to get into the trucking business, because I don't know anything about it whatsoever. And it's something that puzzled me for a long time. I didn't know how to get into it. I didn't know what the cost was. I didn't know a lot of the things that needed to be done in that situation. A buddy of mine was taking a course on being a third-party logistics coordinator, and I had no idea that those even existed. But basically, these 3PLs, they basically find the loads, negotiate the rates with the shipper, whoever that person might be. Then they link the loads to a driver, and basically they dispatch the loads to the driver, and the driver just drives. So I was like, man, that's a great idea. What if I bought a truck, put a driver in it, and just lease my truck to a 3PL company? Needless to say, I didn't know this existed, and I decided to take a course on trucking, and I did not have one yet, so I was looking for one. Well, Facebook, if you don't know this already, Facebook listens to all your conversations. So the minute I started saying, man, I'd really like to learn how to start a trucking business, well, it just so happens that I started getting some Facebook ads about trucking and starting a trucking business. So lo and behold, a familiar face starts popping up. So it's an Instagram that I follow, and I've been following it for a long time, called Hood Estates. And I took the Hood Estates trucking course. Shout out to Hood Estates, Pocky, everybody over there. Man, they were so helpful. Not only did I take the course, I paid the $500 and took the course. And the course was pretty simple. Laid out basically the whole business, how to get started, how to do the business, and what it would take to actually start this business. And I was like, man, this is a great idea. I'm gonna do this as soon as I have some money that I can use. And I first started looking the loan route, borrow money, try to get a loan, see how much they would loan money to us for. But apparently, if you don't have a CDL and it's your first time starting up a transportation business, they absolutely rape you with loans. I was getting rates as low as 17% to, basically to borrow money to buy a truck. And I was like, 17%? You gotta be out of your mind. I might as well just go open up a credit card and buy a truck with a credit card, because that's basically the same thing that I would be doing. I'm gonna wait until I have the money in cash, and I'm gonna buy a truck cash. And I talked about it with my partner, and my partner was cool to jump in with me 50-50. Wouldn't do anything without him. And basically, and the reason behind buying a truck cash or starting a company cash, let's say it like that. When you want to start any type of venture, you never want to start with loans, because the minute that it fails, those loans, they will take over you. You will be just pulling your hair out, and you're gonna hate everything that you do. If you're ever gonna start any type of business, I would strongly advise cash. Even if it's gonna take you a long time to save up the money, start with cash, because if you fail with cash, you owe nobody nothing but yourself. So just like this, if this doesn't work out, if I can't get a driver, if there's other parts to this, I can just simply sell the truck and be done with it. And yeah, it would suck, sell the truck, failed in the business. But I'm not that type of guy. I don't fail at anything I do. I always win. And I always win just because I keep going no matter what comes my way. So we ended up settling on buying a truck cash. We went started looking for trucks. It took me 2 whole months to actually find a truck, and actually a neighbor of mine, when I lived in my apartment, my neighbor downstairs was a truck driver, and he actually had a friend that was interested in selling a truck, and I got a good deal on a 2012 Freightliner Cascadia for $26,000. Now, it did need some work. We put about $4,000 in work in it, and now we are ready to roll. Got my DOT inspection, got basically everything that I needed done with it. The only thing that I need to do now is actually get a power of attorney signed, so that way my 3PL can lease my truck out. So we're basically leasing onto the 3PL. They're going to be in charge of sending us the loads, or sending my driver the loads, and my driver is just going to be in charge of driving. Now, I had a driver lined up. He failed his medical exam because he had to get a new medical card. Apparently, and not apparently, if you're going to drive one of these 18-wheelers, they want to make sure that you're in good shape, because nobody wants somebody having a diabetic attack behind the wheel and you kill a bunch of people with your 70,000 pound truck or more. So we ended up getting another driver. He bailed out because he was leaving another company and ended up staying with them. So now I got to interview a couple of other drivers that I found on Indeed. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm on my way over to get this the power of attorney signed, and also I got to drop out my truck to pick up some paperwork that my friend left for me. He went and got the DOT inspection for me, and that's pretty much it. But why did I want to get into this business? Why did I decide, instead of buying a rental property, I wanted to take a huge risk and liability and buy a tractor trailer? Well, the name of the game is investments. And right now I can't buy any houses cash, and if I do buy something cash, the return on investment is slow. Now, there's 2 types of investing. You can buy something or invest in something and get a small return with lower risk, or if you want higher returns, you go into higher risk investing. Investing like stuff in Bitcoins, high risk investment, because you get the best returns or huge returns. But when you do, something like real estate is not really high risk investing, because, you basically get a renter, qualify the renter, and they rent it out for 12 months. Now, of course, the type of house you have and how it looks plays into, your investment strategy. The uglier the house, the better the return, but the higher the risk. And same thing goes for, just everything else. You got a nice house, you're lower risk investing, but your returns are going to be lower. So with a truck, you run the risk of your driver just not wanting to drive, or bailing out on you, not finding a driver, but the returns are incredible. We're looking at returns of possibly $2,000 to $3,000 a week after paying the driver and all the other stuff that we got to pay, and then about $2,000 in maintenance a month for the truck. So we're looking at what, like eight grand, between $8,000 to $12,000 a month in profit off of one truck. So we were like, hey, let's take the risk. We're going in all cash. So if worst thing that happens is the truck doesn't move, the truck is just sitting there, and the only thing we're paying on is insurance, which I got insurance for the truck is $300 a month, which is a pretty decent deal. It covers the truck in case, he wrecks it or whatever, or something happens to it, we're covered. Now, as far as maintenance goes, you got to regularly maintenance these trucks, and they're not cheap. Just did an oil change on it, cost me $600. Definitely not your standard $40 oil change on your Camry. We're just gonna go ahead, put the driver in it, put it on the road, and see what happens. If it goes good, if it goes well, we're gonna go ahead and buy another truck soon after. I actually got a buddy of mine that's looking to drive locally, so I figured I'll get a local truck on the road. That way we have one over the road going all over the United States, and we got one nearby, making money here. Now, you make more money putting a truck over the road, but like I told you before, higher risk investing, you get higher returns. Lower risk investing, such as having a truck nearby, is going to give you lower returns. So we're not going to make much money off the one that's going to be local, but we're still gonna make some money. So I mean, it would be still worth it. So let me get over to this truck and get the papers that I need, and I'll give you guys a tour of the truck when we get there. All right, so I'm over here at the truck. I wanted to make sure that it's still turning on, and it's also good not to let any type of vehicle sit for more than a few days. That's why I came over here and I turned it on. Usually I try to turn it on once a week. That way, you know, I don't have any type of issues down the line, and I'm wondering why isn't this truck working. Usually when you let a truck or any vehicle sit for more than a week, it starts to give you problems. But it is a nice truck. I mean, it's pretty clean. Can't really see that well in here because I don't have my light with me. It's a good running truck. So far, the maintenance that we had to do on it, I had to change the serpentine belt, change the oil, change the fuel filter, change out 4 tires, and all that maintenance cost me about $5,000. I think it was between $3,000 and $5,000, something like that. And not too bad. I mean, it's running fantastic. Can't ask for a better running truck for the price. We paid $26,000. With the maintenance, we ended up paying $30,000. We could sell this truck right now for $35,000 and make a $5,000 profit because trucks are so expensive right now. But of course, we're not going to do that because we want to make money over the road, not, you know, off of one single deal, which would be cool too, but it's a backup plan just in case, you know, what if in 3 months we still haven't gotten this truck rolling? You know, we can at least put it for sale somewhere and sell it and make some money, or recover our money back for it. And that's pretty much it. Now I'm here just picking up some paperwork, and that's my real reason for coming over here. Needed to get the original DOT paperwork. Now I gotta go get the power of attorney signed, and hopefully I can put a driver in this truck by the end of this week. I had 2 drivers lined up, like I said before, and it sucks that it didn't work out with them. They one couldn't pass his medical, the other guy decided to stay with the other company, which sucks. But I've had a few other drivers apply. I've vetted a lot of them, and some of them I didn't like because of what they wanted as far as their future goals went. You know, some of them were like, yeah, you know, I'm just looking for a temporary job until I can find something better. And I was like, yeah, this is not the guy for me. And, you know, another guy that I called him and I was like, hey, is this a bad time? He's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, when do you want me to call you back? He's like, I don't know. I was like, all right, well, call me back whenever you're ready to talk. And he never called me back, and I wasn't going to call him back either. Stuff like that, you know. And then a couple other guys, they were like, oh, I'm not looking for an over-the-road position, looking for something more local, which doesn't work for me either, but it is what it is. So I'm going to go and get this power of attorney signed. Hopefully I can send all the documents over today and get this truck rolling. But this really is a nice truck. Let me see if I can. There we go. It's clean. I mean, the fact that it's, you know, the age that it is, and the fact that somebody was living in here, you know, this is basically a mobile apartment. I mean, I can even, I'm standing up right now in here, and, you know, I can stand up. Got another bunk over here that I can't get down. There we go. So you got your second bunk bed up here, so you can have a team driver, or let's say you have, you know, a friend or family member that's gonna, you know, be chilling with you over the road. You can do that too. And, you know, of course, it's got a second seat there, and also you know, a room for a refrigerator. You could put a microwave. You can do whatever you want. You know, whoever we're gonna put in here, I want them to be not only comfortable, I want them to have a good running truck, because it don't do them no good if they got a truck that don't run. And if this truck looks like crap, it also doesn't do me any good, because it's kind of like when it comes down to real estate. If you have a crappy house, you're gonna attract crappy tenants. If you have a crappy truck, you're gonna attract crappy truck drivers, and that's something I want to avoid. So if you're watching this video and you're a CDL Class A driver and you got at least 2 years experience, hit me up, please. I will hook you up. Right now we're paying 25% of gross. These trucks usually gross about $10,000 a week. So if you're making 25% of gross, that means you're going to be making at least minimum $2,000 to $3,000 a week. I also pay safety bonuses. I'm paying a $3,000 sign-on bonus. You know, I really want somebody to drive for me and be happy and make money. If I'm making money, I want you to make money. I believe in making money together, not just, you know, driving these guys to death and not giving them any incentive to drive more. If you're a driver looking for someone to drive for, I want you to be as safe as possible and make as much money as possible. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead. This truck has been running for a few minutes now. I'm gonna jump in my truck and go get this power of attorney signed and hopefully get this thing rolling. So take it easy, everybody. If you are a driver looking to drive, hit me up anyways. You can hit me up on IG, DM me, Dan.Buys.Houses, and maybe if you can't get on with this truck, maybe I'll get you on with another truck. Who knows? If you're local to Charlotte, North Carolina, hit me up also. I might be putting some local trucks on the road. My goal is 7 trucks this year. Speaking it out into existence because I want you guys to hold me accountable. That way, if by December 31st, 2021, you guys ask me, Danny, what happened to those 7 trucks? I'll tell you straight out that either I got it or I didn't. And that way I can strive to get this goal done. My goal for 2021 was to make $1 million. I'm almost halfway there, okay? Almost halfway there in assignment fees. We're doing our best, trying to maximize what we're doing to truly make that happen, okay? Really want to make that happen. Biggest goal of my entire life is to make $1 million. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Not very eventful as far as real estate goes, but you know, I wanted to give you guys some context on why I decided to start a trucking business. And also, so you guys know that I'm not going to be the one driving this truck. We're hiring a driver out, and that I'm not crazy. So I'll catch you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys on another vlog.